Alright everybody, I'm gonna give this top dog attachments bucket a try. I made a couple of scoops with it. It's pretty wet out right now, so tractor's just spinning out before I get a full bucket, but I think that'll change a bit once I get once the ground dries out a bit. But I'm trying to drive and record with one hand, so I'll give this a go, see what we can get. I'm not expecting a full bucket out of here. When I was at the other end of the pile, I had to go at it a couple of times. Plus I'm at, like I said, a disadvantage now because I'm taping this as I'm trying to drive. So that's about a little over half a bucket. Just the way it was piled and the angle that I had to come at it. It's probably a little over half a face cord in there, I'm guessing. I'm just gonna back it up over here. I got a hay wagon that I use to run on, and I'll dump it on the wagon for now. Like I said on the earlier video, this is a massive bucket. It's 90 inches wide. It's almost 4 foot deep. I thought it was just over 3 foot, or around 3 foot. But when I looked on the pallet, it was on a 4 foot pallet into the, it was almost taking up the whole pallet. So I'm gonna set it over here. I set a little bit over here, a few pieces. I had some trees in the way. That's why I got this tree with me now. It was the last one, but I wanted to get a scoop and get it on video. So it ripped that tree right out. And I wanted the XL bucket because Scott, I don't know how deep it is. I said 2 foot on the previous video, but it's over 2 foot deep. You can see the tree root in there. So that's a healthy scoop on that wagon. Let it sit there and rinse off and dry, because some of that's been on the ground, obviously. But when I process this stuff, I process it on top of chips and bark and everything, so it's not sitting directly on the ground. There's other stuff below it. But it's sure going to help me move this material a lot faster than just trying to hand pitch it on a bucket or there's probably 2.5 semis, so it was probably about, I'm guessing about 30 cord, 35 cord here when it was in log form. Now it's, who knows, it's less than that. And of course it'd be better if I had help videoing, but that's about a half a bucket. say about a half a bucket, not quite. Still a lot of wood in there. And it beats picking it up by hand. Yeah, there's some dirt in it, you know, whatever. Some of this stuff, if it's not good wood, if it's been on the ground, whatever, nasty, I'll pull that stuff out, burn it myself or burn it in a fire pit, whatever. Not a big deal. Burn it. I got a stove inside my wood shop, so when I do woodworking, I can burn it in there. Not a big deal. Yeah, if I had somebody videoing for me, I could run the tractor easier, you know, both hands, shift gears, whatever, but it is what it is. I wanted to get this video shot before I head on vacation for a couple weeks. The bucket came in yesterday on Thursday. Today's Friday. Memorial weekend. And that almost filled that trailer, 2 buckets. And it wasn't even full buckets. You usually get a little bit over a quart on that trailer. Yeah, I usually stack the edges and then fill the center up with the machine, you know, firewood processor. So if anybody's looking for a bucket like this, they have other attachments too, but they got the firewood buckets, they got big like snow buckets, you know, solid snow buckets and stuff like that too. Most of this wood here is white oak. Put this video up later today. I told Top Dog that I'd do a video for him. In full disclosure, I did tell him that I'd do YouTube. I had a small channel, and they did work with me. He gave me a little bit of a discount on this to do a video. And I plan on doing more videos. This is just short and sweet, get something on the air. I haven't posted anything really since, I think, January was the last thing I posted, and then before that was November. So I put one up this morning. I'm gonna put this one up later today, tonight. And my issue is I don't have internet here, so I have to use my data on my phone to upload these videos. When I'm here up north at my other place, I have internet, and I can upload, you know, an hour video in about an hour up there. Got a few pieces stuck in there. Yeah, they don't want to come out. But that'll give you an idea. That's three bucket loads in the middle of that wagon was empty. So I'm guessing there's with what I had already stacked on there from last year. It's not quite a quart. It's close. I'd have to stack the edges, but that'll give you an idea of what you can do in, I don't know, this is 10 minutes long, and I was driving around, so that'll give you an idea of what you can do with one of these firewood buckets. Of course, if this was on a skid steer or track machine, or if the ground wasn't so wet and I'd spin out so easy. This is a 71 horsepower tractor, and it's got enough power, it just doesn't have enough traction. Plus these tires aren't loaded on this one, so that makes a difference if the tires were loaded. Now I took a few scoops out of this side and just threw it up on top. You can see it's all good looking white oak. And another wagon that I processed that right on top of that wagon that's sitting behind the cages there. And I did a video for Dean outside in Michigan this morning on these baskets, so you might want to take a look at that. I'm gonna put firewood in those and then stack them. I'll take you into the building and tell you what my plans are gonna be when I get them full. The bulk firewood I'm just gonna pick up with the bucket. Once I get this building organized, I got some cages in the way right now, but once I get it organized, I'm gonna dump it right on the cement floor. Then I can scoop it up and dump it in truck, trailer, just take it up to my house, whatever, in the bucket and burn, stack it up there, burn it. This Quonset hut building I have is where I'm gonna put it. It may get dark when we get in here. Yeah, I'm right up on top of my forks right there, so I'll just leave it there. I'll show you what my plans are. Oh. All right. So you can see a basket that I stacked here. It's not completely full, but I just threw a little bit in there just to test them out. But these I got field stone in. So I had a bunch of landscaping that I'm redoing in my yard, and I had all these rocks, and I didn't feel like picking them up and dumping them in a pile loose somewhere and then pick them up, scoop them up, move them again. So I'm going to use this as like a wall. I'm gonna put some more baskets over there with a pallet jack. I'm gonna move this pallet of wood. There's actually 2 pallets of wood there. So those are half face quart pallets. And move some of this wood that the animals knock down, raccoons, whatever, running through here. And I'm gonna put a couple more pallets over here on this side and build like a wall. And then I'm gonna dump it on this floor. I'm gonna move all these, of course. But I'm gonna dump it on this floor and make a big pile up to the ceiling and fill this up back here. And then I can just come in that door, scoop the wood up off the cement. And these cages with the rocks are heavy enough to hold the wood back. And I can come up come up to, you know, here on the cages, and then it'll go up higher, up to the ceiling. So that's my plans with those piles outside, is get it processed, get it put in this building. And then the small bins, I'm gonna stack along this wall. I'll go all the way down the wall on both sides and put the bins with firewood in them. And then I got some of these firewood racks that I use. You buy the ends, you know, and put the 2x4s on the bottom. And I've got, I don't know, 10 or 12 of those. So I'm gonna clean this area out, all these wood chips that got torn up. Those were smoking chips that I was gonna use in my smoker for, you know, it's all hickory chips. And bags degraded, animals got into them, tore them all up. So I'm gonna clear all that out of here and just put racks in here. There's enough room from the edge of the door to the wall. Put maybe 4 racks on each side, and I'll probably put 4 on this side, 4 on the other side, and then just move these barrels and this lumber and put wood crates all the way down the edge. So that way, if any wood that I put in the peak tumbles down, it just hits cages, doesn't hit the walls. And then I can still access it. Take a pallet jack, pull out these bends. And I gotta measure them, but I'm assuming they're about 1/4 of a face cord. I think they're like 30 inches by 40 inches, so they're 30 inches across this way and 40 inches across this way. Those are 16-inch pieces, so 16 inches won't go back to back this way, so I had to put them in this way so they'd fit in the butt bin. But that's what I've been up to, trying to get stuff cleared out and getting ready for sale or use, you know, get it out of the field over there. So it's kind of been dreary and gloomy and cloudy and windy and everything, so I haven't been able to shoot much video lately. So, but that all that pile is gonna be planned to put in here and open my field back up. So I'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend. This is a Memorial weekend. Everybody be safe. Enjoy yourself. And I'll be over and out. See you in the next one.